Hi, everyone. Matt Clark, research analyst for Money and Markets here with your weekly marijuana market update. Now, today I'm going to dive into a couple of stocks asked about by a viewer. First, I want to let you know that my good friend, Money and Money Markets chief investment strategist Adam Odell and I, we know that you're worried right now if you're investing in the market. But don't fear. Adam has actually created a special system that's going to help you beat back inflation, protect your wealth, and even profit from market uncertainty. This is a recession-proof strategy. It can help you make money regardless of what direction stocks are heading. You can forget about all the fear mongering, all the bad headlines on financial news, and you can breathe easy. And Adam's going to share everything you need to know during a special presentation on August 30th. So just click the link above right here, and you can find out more about how you can reserve your spot and find out about this great opportunity. Now, let's get on with today's update. Today, I'm going to evaluate a couple of stocks that William asked me about from his email at feedback@moneyandmarkets.com. He said, I'm wondering if there's any cannabis stocks worth buying now. I was looking at Aurora Cannabis and Harvest Health. Are these a buy now as they have been hit hard? William. Well, William, thanks for your question. And for us using your question, we're going to hook you up with some very cool Money and Markets gear for free, where my team's going to reach out to you and get more information so we can get you hooked up with that ASAP. So what we'll do is we'll look at these companies individually to get William an answer to his question. We'll start with Aurora Cannabis. It trades on the NASDAQ under the ticker ACB. This is an all-encompassing cannabis company based in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. It sells dried cannabis, oil, capsules, and topical kits internationally. Its brands include Aurora, Aurora Drift, San Rafael 71, Daily Special, Alta-V, Canamed, and Woodstock. Now let's start with its cannabis power rating. The stock rates a neutral 44 on my rating system, which compares all cannabis stocks with each other based on momentum and value. Now, it scores a 78 on value based on its price to sales ratio, which is around 1.73 compared to an industry average of 1.98. Aurora has a price to book value ratio of about 0.36. Cannabis production industry average is about 1.05. It's important to point out here that Aurora has negative price to earnings ratio, means the company isn't making any money as of yet. Now, on momentum, Aurora scores a bearish 21. The stock has dropped 79.2% over the last 12 months. Of note, the stock has fallen 83% off its 52-week high that it set back in November of 2021. Now, you'll see some small spike ups in February, March, and May of 2022, right around the time headlines were being made about potential cannabis legalization in the U.S. But the stock has moved up 17% off its 52-week low set in June of this year, but right now it's mostly trading flat. One potential benefit for Aurora is the foothold they have in Germany. The German government is now on the verge of legalizing adult use cannabis across the country, and Aurora basically already has a production facility in Germany to supply medical cannabis to the population. Now, if and when adult use is adopted, ACB is going to be able to pivot nicely to produce adult use cannabis and be one of the first in the market, and that market is valued at around $12.6 billion. So it's pretty impressive. Hasn't happened yet, but it is on the verge. So that could be a big player, big move for Aurora. Now, William asked me about Harvest Health and Recreation, but that company was purchased for around $2.1 billion by Trulieve. Now, the deal created one of the largest U.S. cannabis operators at the time. So let's take a look at Trulieve, as I think this is where William was going with it. Now, the company is based in Florida, and it's the largest medical cannabis producer in the state. This is a state that is in the top 5 of all cannabis sales in the U.S., despite only allowing medical cannabis. Now, it also has dispensaries in Pennsylvania, Arizona, California, Maryland, Massachusetts, West Virginia, and Connecticut. As we can see, Trulieve Cannabis Corporation, which trades over the counter under TCNNF, scores a 33 overall on my cannabis power rating system. It scores a 61 on my value metric with price to sales and price to book value, kind of right even with the cannabis production industry averages. Now, like Aurora, Trulieve has negative price to earnings, while the industry average is around 21.7. Trulieve CEO Kim Rivers recently told Yahoo Finance the company is starting to move into Georgia, but the company is cautiously optimistic about upcoming state legalization efforts. Now let's look at the momentum for Trulieve. Much like Aurora, Trulieve has been hit hard in its stock price. The stock has fallen 53.7% over the last 12 months, but it's down 60.2% off its 52-week high set in November of 2021. Now, Trulieve has rallied about 9.2% off its July 2022 low, but it still trades below its 50-day simple moving average. This is a bit of a bearish signal here if you're looking at stocks and just the price and the moving average. If it's below the moving average and continues below the moving average, that's a bearish sign. If it starts to inch up above the moving average, then we could see a potential bullish breakout. Trulieve has not seen that yet and hasn't seen it actually since February of this year. Now, both these companies are positioned for strong futures, as Aurora is situated nicely in Germany, and Trulieve can use its model that it's used here in Florida to spread to other states as legalization efforts pick up. Aurora does have better value metrics than Trulieve, but Trulieve's stock price hasn't dropped nearly as far or as fast as ACB. However, right now, neither of these stocks is showing significant enough momentum to warrant a full-on buy right now. As anyone who watches these videos know, I like to see a much more significant uptrend in its momentum, simply because we never really know where the bottom is, and you can buy on the dip, but you never really know when the dip is ending. And if you buy here and it dips further, you have that much more to make up before you see profit in your portfolio. Whereas if you buy here and it's going upwards, then you're only seeing profit in your portfolio, which is why we look at momentum so widely here at Money and Markets. Now, I like the prospects of both these companies, don't get me wrong, but I'm just not sure that now is really the time to invest in them, because as William did aptly point out, they have been beaten up pretty well, as has the broader cannabis industry. So again, probably a hold right now. I wouldn't get into them just yet. I want to see more of a confirmed uptrend in these stock prices. Right now, both are relatively flat. They're not really moving, and the market is trending a bit downward as I record this. So that doesn't necessarily pose as good news for cannabis companies right now in the immediate future. So I hope that answers your question, William. That's all for me this week. If you do have a question about a cannabis stock or the broader market, email me at feedback@moneyandmarkets.com. We're going to put that right down below. Comment below here on YouTube as well. Send us your question, and if we use it in any of our upcoming videos, we're going to hook you up with some Money and Markets gear. We've got hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, all sorts of cool stuff. We will hook you up for submitting that question and us using it. Don't forget about all the great content we have on YouTube. It is the best investment insight, and it is yours absolutely free. Also, follow me on Twitter. I tweet about the market, stocks, sports, just because I'm a sports nut. It's football season and soccer season, so I'm kind of in hog heaven right now. You can follow me on Twitter. My handle is at Invest with Matt C. That's Invest with Matt C on Twitter. Thanks to everyone who watches our videos each and every week. We do it because we're trying to bring you the best insights into cannabis, broader investing, in the economy to help you profit in any market condition. Check out moneymarkets.com for content that provides safe, sound, smart, simple, adaptable, profitable information as well. I'm Matt Clark, research analyst for Money Markets, your host of the Marijuana Market Update. Until next time, everyone, safe trading.